Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be doing the standard Shakeup. But before I say that, Happy New Year to everybody who celebrates years changing and surviving. Definitely a Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. It's been an interesting year. We'll probably we'll discuss some stuff like that, like New Year's resolutions and fun things like that actually during the gameplay section. But yeah, we're going to be playing some standard Shakeup, and I'm going to be shaking up the way that I build decks as well for this particular event. I don't know if we'll carry it on throughout the year. We'll see how this goes, to be honest, because I've built a few decks and I've built them differently. Mostly I've added like one-ofs that I would never normally play that have some sort of interaction with the deck. Some of them are definitely bad. Some of them might be bad, you know. I'm just trying to, I don't know, spice things up a little bit today. And like the core of today's video is going to be to have fun and enjoy ourselves. So standard Shakeup is essentially standard, but with a extended ban list to make sure that all the meta decks basically die and new ones can rise. So the ones that are actually going to hurt us a little bit as far as the bans are concerned with the deck we're playing today, the main one's going to be Hydroid Krasis, which is basically 2 and an X to put a creature XX with X counters on it. The other one's going to be Nissa, who shakes the world, because I think the ramp is going to be reasonably relevant with a deck like that. These two just combo too well together, so like this one goes hand in hand with Nissa anyway. We're going to be playing a deck I don't think I've ever played actually on the channel. That's going to be Simic Ascendancy. So yeah, this is, as I mentioned, it's got some questionable cards in here for a little bit of fun. The questionable cards being things like Awakening of the V2 Ghazi and Biogenic Upgrade, but let's get into that in a minute. We got Simic Ascendancy. This is the build around card. This is one of the ways we're going to win the game. So green and blue for an enchantment. We'll go to the activated ability in a minute. I guess it puts a counter on a creature you control. It's pretty uninspired. But whenever one or more counters is put on a creature you control, you put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, if it has 20 or more growth counters on Simic Ascendancy, you win the game. So we're all about that +1/+1 counter value. So we got a few things that really benefit from that. Some things that kind of have just counters as part of their mechanics, so Voracious Hydra being one of them. We can either double the amount of counters on Voracious Hydra, which is a lot on Simic Ascendancy. It's also going to count as a fight spell as well, so we can control the game as we go. This is one of the reasons why I wanted Hydroid Krasis, because not only does it count as card draw, but it's also counters for the Ascendancy. And Nissa, although she doesn't actually give you the... I don't think she gives you the triggers anyway for the counter she puts on lands, because it says whenever you put them on a creature. I think Nissa reads that you put it on a non-creature. Yeah, you put the counters on a non-creature and then it becomes one, so it won't trigger the Ascendancy. But the ramp is actually very relevant for things like Voracious Hydra, making that X a little bit bigger, and Hydroid Krasis, which is also banned. I like the extra mana. We've got things like the Great Henge as well, which is going to benefit from big creatures. The one big combo with Simic Ascendancy is going to be the Galloping Lizrog as well. 5 mana for a 3/3 with Trample. When it enters the battlefield, you may remove any number of +1/+1 counters from among creatures you control. If you do, put twice that many counters on Galloping Lizrog. So we could probably get this out, make a huge creature, which might actually put the counter amount of Simic Ascendancy way over 20, and just win us the game either on our upkeep from this or by the huge creature that we're going to make off of the Lizrog as well. Remember, it's got Trample. The one reason I want to try this deck is mostly because Teferi Time Raveler. Is it Time Raveler? I forget now. 3 Fairy anyway. Yeah, it is Teferi Time Raveler. It is actually banned in this event, which means enchantments can now be played without just being immediately bounced. So if we get to 19 counters on our Simic Ascendancy, we don't have to worry about 3 Fairy coming down and bouncing it and just completely undoing everything we've done, as well as like bouncing a Lizrog and removing all the counters we've put on it. So this is really the only opportunity that we have to play this card. It's never going to happen any other time, so I wanted to get this one out of the way. It was fun, I think, during Ixalan block, I believe, was Simic Ascendancy was pretty decent, but now 3 fairies around, it's just unplayable. But now it's banned, we can play it. So we got some ramp sources. We got New Horizons, which enters the battlefield. It puts a counter on a creature you control. Pretty important over Gift of Paradise, although we might need the life. You never know. The fact that we can put a counter on Incubation Druid, which actually adds 3 mana if it has a counter on it, is actually going to be our ramp source to make up for the lack of Nissa and Hydroid Krasis, kind of. You know, we can make a big X creature that way. We also have Neoform, which I think is going to be quite fun. We can do things like Crack Zagana or Spark Double, which copies a creature and puts a 1/1 counter on it, which is really fun if you Spark Double a Lizrog, because it enters with a counter, and Lizrog can take the counters off of itself. So this basically comes in with 2 counters if it does this. So we can Neoform one of these two into a Lizrog for a win, maybe, or even a Biogenic upgrade. We can also do Yorvo into a Spark Double to copy a Biogenic upgrade or something like that. So Neoform is going to be pretty fun. It's just going to be one of those wildcard scenarios. A lot of just entertainment value, hopefully, anyway. We've got one of my favourite cards to come out of Ravnica block as well, which is Biogenic Ooze, which hasn't seen play in a long time. I think it was another case of, like, 3 Fairy just bouncing the token and making it a 5-mana 3/3 and boring things like that. So I'm hoping that this is going to do something interesting. I guess the deck really kind of speaks for itself from there. But yeah, I haven't played any of the Standard Shakeup, so I don't actually know what's in this format. As you can maybe tell, I haven't entered it. So it's going to be a mystery as to whether this deck is good, but that's kind of beside the point. We're here to have some fun today, so hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to hit that like button. It helps out the channel a great deal. And yeah, let's get into some gameplay, shall we? Okay, we're in, and yeah, this is a hand, all right. I think I'm gonna throw this one in the trash. I don't know about you guys, but it seems a little bit. Oof. Where are all my like 2-drops? I have a lot of them. I'm gonna have to mulligan again, I think. Oh, all right then. Okay, I think we're putting this well-castable Yorvo to the bottom. Oh, we gotta keep going. All right, well, 1 Neoform as well, since we have literally nothing to sacrifice. This is going to be interesting. Oh, man. Oh, thank Christ for that. Alright, so we have a way to put down Simic Ascendancy at the very least. So, what are we up against? Embercleave got banned, but I guess Knights can still kind of do some good things. It just doesn't have that combo trick I win kind of situation. Foul my Knight. Yeah, I think that's what our opponent's trying to do here. I don't know. My draws haven't really suggested that today is going to be a day where I beat this deck. These are quite powerful starts from our opponent. Is this 3 or 4 damage? It's 4 damage. Alright, well, no doubt it's like, yeah, Rimrock Knight. Pumping the Knight of the Ebon Legion anyway. We are so dead. There is literally 0 chance we win this game. I'm just putting it out there right now. It ain't happening. Alright, well, we have an Incubation Druid down. It's a thing, alright. Don't know what to do with that. We can put 2 3-drops, which is, at the moment, just a Yorvo. Everything's death touchy, and the Knight's doing its thing. Yeah. I'll probably save my talks of New Year's for later, because this is a non-game if I've ever seen one. Yeah, we'll just move on to the next game, I guess. Alright, we're in. And I like this because we have a Yorvo. That is literally all I like this hand for. We're keeping it. Let's do this. If we draw a blue sauce, it's fine. If we draw a green sauce, it's fine. So, yeah, we're all good. Is this a 4/4? It is. It cuts 4 off the green hen. The green henge, exactly. So, yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. This video is probably going to go out on the 1st, so you've all either celebrated or drank alone, like I am. I've got myself a nice, lovely, cool, refreshing Desperado beverage today, so nice, for those who don't know, it's like tequila beer. It's beer flavored with tequila, so it's 5.9%. Not bad. Not bad. Alright. There is a greed play. We can go Simic Ascendancy first, or we could just get Yorvo down. We miss out on 4 counters by not getting Yorvo down. I think we're going Simic Ascendancy. I think we're going full greed. We're here to ascend, right? And this is the colour of I murder everything you have. So if we could do like Yorvo, put 4 counters onto it, into Galloping Lizrog, which puts a counter on it and he steals it and we get 10 counters. That's 15 on Ascendancy already. Jesus. That would be lovely. I feel like we're going to die really quickly. This is not a nice format. Alright, Yorvo, help. Help me. Help me, Yorvo. But yeah, so, New Year's resolutions, I guess. We could talk about that kind of thing. I'm a little afraid of blocking, because Paragon gives Death Touch, right? It does. It does, but I also kind of have to block. Oh, come on! Oh, I hate this game. Alright, well, let's just block the most damage. Yeah, we're just dead again. I'll save my commentary for the next game. The next non-game. I think Simic Ascendancy is a bad deck, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty sure it's a bad deck. Alright, let's get rid of the Great Henge, because it's clearly not powerful enough for me. Yeah, and we're just dead in the air because I don't have any reach creatures. Cool. Next game. Alright, we're in. It has an Incubation Druid. The rest of it is dead to me. Keep it. I have about 2 minutes to talk before we lose. So let's talk, shall we? New Year's resolutions. I've kind of thought about them. I don't know about you guys, but I don't normally have conversations about this kind of thing. Because I don't know. I'm usually one to just say, if you wanted to do something, don't wait till the New Year's, just do it, you know? But this year, I don't know. I kind of feel like setting a few, you know? I guess personal ones for me is, ooh, that's a nice draw. Ooh, that allows me to ascend simically, perhaps. We're going to do that. I'm going to put the Simic Ascendancy to the bottom because I don't expect to actually have this bounced or removed because Brazen Borrow is also banned. But yeah, personal goals for me are probably going to be something like, I don't know, I want to get a gym membership because I used to go to the gym a little bit and I kind of fell out of it. For no real reason either, I just kind of stopped going, and then the fact that I wasn't going was kind of a reason to keep not going. It was one of those weird ones, you know? Let's go with Spark Double on Incubation Druid, because I have nothing better to do. Boom. Alright, we got loads of mana now. Loads. But yeah, that's kind of like one of the resolutions, I guess, for my personal life, but you guys aren't too interested in that. But channel resolutions are also something I've thought about, because there's a lot to do. Gain control of target creature with power 2 or less. Yeah, well, how about that? How's that sound? God damn it, let me get on with my conversations. Alright, we've got the Great Henge. There we go. Oh yeah. Pass the turn. So now everything comes in with a counter on it and we draw some cards and we gain some life. We're up against a mill deck, so the life is irrelevant, but the counters really matter. Thought Distortion. Boo Hiss. 1 card. You've done it. Alright. But yeah, channel resolutions. I've been a little bit inconsistent this year. I think we could all agree on that, as far as content daily is concerned. Because that's one thing that I wanted to do. I did want to do daily content, and I've always tried to do that. The problem is that Magic hasn't had a very good year, really, in my personal opinion, which has made it quite difficult to want to make content on it. And that's kind of the primary reason why I haven't uploaded a lot of content recently, if I'm being completely honest. It's just a lot harder to brew decks in, for sure. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Yeah. Do a thing. So we've got a 4, which can be a 5. Let's let's do this. And then, yeah, stick a counter on it, like that. Draw cards, and then we will remove counters like that, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Forest. We got 6. I could neoform the spark double, this one. I should have taken the counter off it if I was going to neoform it. This is true. So we'll neoform that. Oh! Does it have its mana cost as well? I thought it was spark double that we were changing. This is fine. We will Yorvo. Because it's still a big boy. All the same. That's a terrible card. We're at 12 though. Alright. Okay. Agent of Treachery. I don't like you. You taking my Ascendancy, really? I don't like you. You're a meanie. You really are the worst. But yes. Back on what I was going to say. Let's actually, hang on. Back on what I was going to say. Let's stick some counters on some stuff. I want to make this huge massive is what I want to do. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the dream. That's what you get for stealing my Simic Ascendancy right there. Let's get on in. But yes, I want to go back to trying to do daily content, and that's going to start with this particular video here, January 1st. It's a little bit difficult though, because honestly, and I'm sure many of you will agree with me, that Standard is kind of the worst right now. And Wizards don't really seem too interested in not making it the worst, like our opponent is making my life the worst. God dang it. We've learnt a few things about Neoform though, and that is that Spark Double is not a 4-drop, which is why I had Spark Double in here in the first place. I wanted that Liz Rock. Dang it. Ah! Stop it! Stop it! But yeah, first one is daily content. It's coming back. It's happening. We're going to try and make it happen anyway. Do our best. Our very darndest. So that's going to include, probably realistically, a little bit more, probably not homebrew decks by me, because that's kind of the primary problem, that it's very difficult to make these homebrew decks, you know? Yes, I absolutely want to submit 0. You kidding me? It was all highlighted. It was all highlighted, wasn't it? I hate this game. I hate this game. That's my New Year's resolution, to hate it more. God dang it. Well, that was my win, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was my win. Short of a Blood for Bones, I guess. Woe is me. So yes, I'm going to be doing a few more decks. Going to try and do daily decks. I don't know what that's going to look like. It's going to definitely include subscriber decks, so keep out an eye for that kind of thing. If you're on the Discord especially, that's where I'm going to be shouting out stuff. So link down in the description below for the Discord. In addition to the lack of content, I guess, there's also one thing that I've kind of neglected, and I really shouldn't have, is the Patreon as well. I can't thank you guys enough for the amount of support that you have given me over the past year. It's actually been immense, and you've all gone above and beyond the Call of Duty, honestly. And I don't know what to say, but yes, I have a plan for content on the Patreon, and it's going to be a lot more extensive than it used to be. It's going to change a little bit, because, oh my god, stop. The reasons that I had the Patreon initially are no longer really the reasons why I have the Patreon now. Yeah, you land. Cool. Alright, well. Stop, deck. Radical idea. So I wanna change it up a little bit, and I want to give back to you guys a lot more in exactly the way that I should have as well. Specifically, I should be giving back way more than I do, and I have neglected it a little bit, which is not a good thing, for sure. So I will be putting out some videos on changes like that as well, on the Twitters, on Probably channel updates as well, do some videos like that. I don't know, maybe I'll do some more commentary like this during videos, you know? Who knows? Alright. Big, your bro. They're literally setting me up for another Agent of Treachery, I can tell. But at least I get to kill a Galloping Lizrog and put some counters on my Simic Ascendancy. Hell yes. But hopefully today's video and the competitive nature that it is and should probably indicate the change of content style, I guess. You know? I want to try maybe a little harder on some days and try a little less on others. You know, there's a lot of fun out there, and it's not been easy to have fun for a while yet. There goes Blood for Bones, steal my Yarvo. Actually the worst. So I thought this was a mill deck when they were just milling me constantly, but I guess they just had everything they needed from the very beginning, and therefore no real reason to actually to mill themselves. Ah, lucky me. Look at that. Alright, well I'm gonna play it, because reasons. There we go. We're doing it. We do have an 11-11. I should be maybe swinging in with it, but this Lizrog scares me. And what's the worst that can happen? What, they can Agent of Treachery me? Wow. Could be worse, right? Could be worse. Scholar of Ages. Yep, there it is. It got worse. Alright, so now they can loop infinitely Agent of Treacheries. Yep. Alright. But I'm hoping that they'll just deck themselves. I'm hoping that they'll just go double Agent of Treachery. I think they're smarter than that, though. I think they're much smarter than that. Yeah, I'd just love to draw not a land so I can chain cards together with my Great Henge. That would be great. I'd be up for that. Alright, good card. Here we go. Doesn't matter if they're going to steal it as long as I can make more than one thing a turn. Come on. More than one card a turn. Let's do it. Right here. Right now. Oh, discarding town size. Woe is you. Oh, Galloping Lizrog. Sweet. Alright, so. Lizrog. Counter on it first. There we go. Look, they're highlighted. And it says 0 here. Am I going mad? I don't understand what this means. It should be taking the 2 counters, right? Even though this says 0. It says 1, 2 here. But this shouldn't be right. This shouldn't exist. This should be what matters here. I'm actually losing my mind. I don't get it. I truly don't understand what is happening. It worked once. It'll never work again. Is it a bug? Or is this beer, like, really just, like, messed with my senses in one go? One fell swoop and I'm just literally just paralyzed by idiocy. Alright. Let's blot there. If I get another Lizrog, which I can't, I'm going to try the 0 technique. Dispersal. Goodbye, my win con. Embodiment of Agonies. That's me. I'm in agony right now. That's a cool Ascendancy target. They're actually going to win with Simic Ascendancy. I'm actually so mad. I'm not. I actually couldn't care less. Alright, well, let's go for another game. 0-3. Good stuff. Alright, we're in. This hand actually looks good for a change, so we're going to keep it. I looked over the footage. I'm definitely an absolute moron when it comes to that Galloping Lizrog. The way that the UI works is when it says 1, 1, 1 on these creatures, and then there's a 1 here. This is how many counters it's counting, and you're taking off counters, so you want to put the number over the creature with the amount that you want to leave on it. That's where I was going wrong, because I was reading it as though it was the amount of counters you're going to take off it, assuming the Lizrog takes all of the counters. Which to me, still makes sense, but I'm also a moron, so, you know, don't take my words very specifically, I guess. But now we know how to win, which means that this is going to be a win. It's going to be the greatest game of all time. I mean, so far we've had hyper aggro, steal all your stuff and your win con. Now we seem to have Golgari mid-range without questing beast, because that card is banned. So that's an interesting little factoid. Do we want to go with Spark Double on Incubation Druid, or do we want to get Yorvo down? I kind of like the idea of going Yorvo, Spark Double Yorvo, or something along that line. I definitely can't Spark Double Voracious Hydra, so that's just not an option. I guess we're going to go with... yeah, I think we'll go down Yorvo like so. We'll take this opportunity to go for our tap land without shocking it in. And we could use maybe the Voracious Hydra here to kill the Lovestruck Beast, because I'm assuming that's why they're going to go and play this. We can't do that, right? Can we do that? We can't quite do that. We're a little short on that, but what we can do is just make a really huge Voracious Hydra and not care. Ooh, Biogenic Skews. I actually kind of like the idea of just playing that down. What's this say? Another green creature enters the battlefield. So this is a double trigger, which is really cool. Puts Yorvo over Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, I'm up for that. Let's get the Biogenic Skews out there, and then next turn we can put the Spark Double on the Ooze as well. That's going to be pretty cool. So, Ooze makes a token, double triggers Yorvo. We could get the... He could double block. Do we care? Do we care if they double block? I feel like we don't. I think that the double Skews is actually going to get us where we need to go here. I believe Murderous Rider's on the ban list as well, so we shouldn't have to expect that necessarily. We could see something like a murder, something less than ideal. Honestly, this deck that our opponent's playing, I'm going to assume it's very much a smork and not try to think about what your opponent's doing kind of deck. Which is where we're really going to shine, for sure. And if they don't remove a creature here, we do have that protection of, when we play Spark Double, always having a target to select. Because we either have the Yorvo, or we have the Biogenic Ooze. They're not going to be able to remove both of them. So if we play this, before it resolves, they have to kill something that we might target. It's not a we target it, then they kill it in response kind of thing. So I'll be happy with a double Yorvo, honestly. Assassin's Trophy. Sweet. We will go with, I think, more forests, honestly. That just works for me, though. I'm all for that. Yeah, I'd really love a Simic Ascendancy here, because we could do Ascendancy into Yorvo or something like that. We get a land instead. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just play a forest. And I think I'm going to adapt Incubation Druid and then play Spark Double on Yorvo. I think that's what I want to do. I want all the mana for Voracious Hydra next turn, so we can make that huge massive. So let's adapt 3. Counters on your boy. It's going to make a really huge Lizrog as well, which is going to be super fun. Let's make another Yorvo, which comes in as a 5/5. And this card blocks, so we're going to get him with the Skews as well. Alright, the deck's doing a thing. Lovestruck Beast cannot attack anymore. The Innkeeper is also banned as well, so I'm really not entirely sure why my opponent's playing Golgari Adventures, but... You know, it is what it is. Alright, gonna go for the bigger Yorvo, presumably. Yep, there you go. Totally fine by me. Awaken the V2 Ghazi, yeah! Alright. So this is a hasty 9/9 if we want it. It doesn't enter the battlefield, so it's not going to trigger Yorvo, which is kind of what we want to do. We do have the ability to Voracious Hydra, though, for a hell of a lot. Let's see. If we want to do it without Incubation Druid, that's a 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a 5/6. I actually like that idea. 5/6 that fights the Lovestruck Beast, which presents the Anus, as it were. Yeah, alright. Goodbye, opponent. Yorvo goes up 2 points. We could kill Vraska if we wanted to, but we've got a 7/7, a 3/5, and a 3/3. They've got 1 green mana, which means they are dead. We won without Simic Ascendancy. What does that say about that card? Let's go for another game, I guess. Alrighty then, we're in. And we've got a hand. It does things. I'm gonna keep it. Let's do this. Alright, Breeding Pool tapped. We're gonna go straight for Simic Ascendancy here and hope that we get something to Spark Double that's not Galloping Lizrog, because that seems a little late to me. But you never know. We've got some Izzet sleeves over there. We got the Ral, so... Blue-red deck for our opponent. Are they, in classic Magic Duels fashion, are they telling me what they're playing just by their avatar and their... Yep. And their sleeves. They absolutely are. Let's see if we get quenched. Don't really care at this point. This is just extra. They can't actually really interact with Simic Ascendancy, I don't think, because Brazen Borrow is not in the format. So yeah, I think what they want to do is just kind of burn and counter everything I play from this point forward. They don't have Bone Crusher Giant. They don't have Brineborn Cutthroat. No Brazen Borrower, as I mentioned. This deck's missing a lot. I don't think I would play a blue-red tempo, so I'm going to assume it's like a blue-red control deck rather than the tempo list. Which, we'll see. We'll see. It's probably going to be very homebrewish. The Royal Scions. Maybe it's like Phoenix.
My plan is crystallizing.
Could be a Phoenix deck, for sure. Or an Improbable Alliance list. We get a Voracious Hydra, which we can put a counter on. We can get 3 drops off of this with a Neoform, but we don't ever want to do that while they've got double blue open. I guess I'm just going to X1 it, though. It feels real bad, but I need something to do Magic the Gathering actions with. So let's just double that 1. For those who aren't mathematically inclined, double 1 is 2. Which actually makes 23. Crazy, I know. But, yeah. It is what it is, trust me. But yeah. Ooh. Ironcrad Pyromancer's real bad for us. There goes that Voracious Hydra.
My answers lie in the cold truth.
Okay, well, no Yorvo for us off of Neoform, I guess. Unless they just really don't care about this Voracious Hydra, which I'd fully understand that. I don't really care about this Hydra either. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't care about making land drops, game. How about that? How about that? They are very close to ulting this Royal Scions, which there's literally nothing I can do about that, I'm pretty sure. Short of doing combat damage to things, and it looks like this is not the deck to let me do combat damage to things.
My plan is crystallizing.
Especially when I need a land drop, which means I'm doing anything next turn. I think, if anything that we've showcased today, it should be noted that this deck is not very good. But we knew that going into it. We were throwing things like Awaken the V2 Ghazi in it, and we were playing Simic Ascendancy, which hasn't seen play in years. So, you know, I think we knew this was going to be bad, but I've had fun. My first time in a long time with Magic the Gathering. I've actually enjoyed my time doing bad things. Are you really going to get quenched? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, so now they draw 4 and deal 8 to me, and then another 3, and then another 2, and then all the counter magic in the world will stop me from being able to play literally anything. We're just dead in 2 turns. This is cool. It's really short, quick games from this deck. It's so fast. Wow. I think the average game time we've had in a game has been 2 minutes. We're at 4 now, though, so we're feeling lucky. We've gone the long game, chat. We've done the long game. Alright, we're at 4. Still dead in the same clock time, unless they got double shock here, which would be shocking, to say the least. To the bottom. That card was terrible. He was going to lose in the game. Alright, what have you got? Tough decision, I'm sure. Just like my 1 + 1 is 2 kind of math, I'm sure they're trying to figure out whether 2 + 2 is 4. Choosing to skip the turn. Well, you know, 3 does not equal 4 or 5. So, you know, we lose the game. Let's go for another one. Alright, we're in. I actually kind of love this hand. It's got turn 2 Simic Ascendancy. If we really want to, we can put down a Voracious Hydra. Otherwise, we can do some ramping with New Horizons. Maybe top decking something like Incubation Druid as well would be quite nice. Got Temple of Mystery to make that happen. So I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy indeed. So chat, tell me, what are your New Year's resolutions? I want to hear. I want to know what you guys are going to be doing. Or do you even believe in doing New Year's resolutions? I'm going to put that forest to the bottom, since we've got 2 already. Probably just naturally draw the forest that's on the top of my deck right now. Mono red. Yay. Cavalcade is banned. Doesn't stop people trying to play Cavalcade, clearly. Do we just want a Temple again? I don't really need Simic Ascendancy right now, I guess. Although I could just do the Voracious Hydra X1, which turns into a 2-3, which demands some decent removal for my opponent. I don't know if that's necessarily what I want to do, though. I think I'll just take the time to Temple here. The Great Henge. Not right now. I'll just hope we draw the other one. It is a good card. Obviously, the life gain and the counters are going to be quite relevant, but I think we might die before we actually get to cast that card, and then the life gain on it's just not really going to matter. Alright, so opponent didn't get the memo and is still playing Cavalcade. Your card is literally banned. Some people try too hard, though. Bless them. Let's go with this point. Is it just going to be Simic Ascendancy? I think it might be. Yeah, just throw it down. I could make a thick, tasty Hydra next turn. Opponent's definitely the tap-out deck kind of strategy. It's easy to be mana efficient when you've only got 1-drops in your deck. You know, spare mana, not a thing for mono red. Maybe they're splashing blue for the fairy that goes into your sideboard because it says from outside the game, and they think that they can play Cavalcade from outside the format. Maybe. Who knows? Simic Ascendancy. Wow. That's actually terrible. Alright, so we can do an X2, which turns this into a 2-3, which means they need, like... there's a lot that they kind of need for that. I wonder whether or not I should just fight. But as a 2-3, it's probably not that great. Let's just do an X2 and then just double the counters. Use the next Hydra to do some fighting, I guess. I assume it's going to die, though. Double my counters, please. They could also do something like Rimrock Knight and add power to their creatures, which means when it fights, my creature dies. So I'd like that to not happen. How do we go about gaining life? We don't really have a way of doing that. Hydroid Crisis would have been our way, but not anymore. Shock Voracious Hydra, love it. Lava Coil Voracious Hydra, love it. Alright, next Hydra is going to be a fighter. We are nearly dead though, so, you know. Take that as you will. This is going to be an X3. Which puts it in Lava Coil range, but we get to kill one thing here for sure. Fight Scorch Spitter, since it gets value from just attacking straight up. Alright. We can Incubation Druid, turn it into a Yorvo, perhaps. With the Simic Ascendancy. It's possible. We could do Incubation Druid into New Horizons to get a lot of mana, but we don't really have the mana sink right now. The only upside to that would be having a thick booty 1/3, which is not irrelevant, but you just got double removal again. That would really suck. That would be really unlucky for me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, well, I guess I'm dead. We're at 1. There's no way in hell that that is not gonna lead to my defeat. Let's go with... Yeah, I guess we're just gonna... This isn't a Neoform. This is a Simic Ascendancy, chat. Why didn't you tell me? Nobody tells me nothing. Alright. New Horizons, Incubation Druid. You did it. Alright, no attacks. We just die to literally everything that they've got here. I died to Cavalcade. Even when they didn't have Cavalcade in their deck. That's... Oof, that's a new level of depressing, I think. Slaying Fire my face. Alright. I'm gonna go for one more game, I think, and then we're gonna put this deck where it belongs. In the trash. Alright, we actually have Neoform this time. We have some New Horizons, which don't actually put counters on anything, but it's a mana ramp source, and honestly, I'm feeling lucky. If the last games are anything to go by, how could we lose? There's a Simic Ascendancy. It's the name of the game. I'm putting it out there. I honestly don't care to win in any other way other than Simic Ascendancy, so if I don't have it, then I'm not really winning. So let's just draw that and play it. There it goes. I'm hoping for a creature to play next turn, a Yorvo perhaps, or maybe even an Incubation Druid so we can stick a counter on it and mass ramp. We were not lucky enough, and our opponent's playing probably Jeskai Fires without the Fires. This gets countered in a million years just by that. Yeah, that delay right there. Alright, we're getting an idea of what this format is. Irritating. Narset, sure. So Jeskai Super Friends for our opponent. Yeah, that's a big Shandy. And we got Spark Double we can't attach anything to. Okay. Alright. Well, let's put a counter on there. Oh, New Horizons on there. Let's pass the turn. We got some mana to work with. I need a creature to work with. Yep, there's Sarkhan. I think we're going for another game, chat, because I reckon I'm going to die real slowly and in such a non-fun way that we kind of have to play another game. Spark Double cannot become any Planeswalker, unfortunately, otherwise I would make it Narset in a heartbeat. Yeah. I just want a good card. A good card would be fine. I just need a good card. As soon as I got a good card, we're playing with gas. Here comes Big Chandra, I guess. But not before I die. Look at that, I'm dead next turn. 0 counters on Ascendancy, we did it. Alright. Yeah. 7. And we drew a land. Alright, that's what doing things looks like, chat. Another 2-minute victory. Let's go for another game. Okay. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this hand, so we're going to keep it. This looks perfect. We've got turn 2 Simic Ascendancy, and then we've got turn 3, whatever we feel like. More lands? Nah, not right now. Later. We got 2 more turns to draw more lands. There's another Simic Ascendancy. Perfect. Castle Vantress for our opponent. Is it Jeskai? It's definitely... Oh, Improbable Alliance. Alright. Incubation Druid. Not bad, actually. I like that. Let's get that out there. And then Breeding Poo tapped. We need a land off the top so we can adapt the Incubation Druid. That would be amazing. Deck probably from our opponent does have shocks and whatnot, so if they pass, I'm not really going to be adapting. Radical idea, leaving open mountain. Yeah, I'm basically taking my entire turn to tap out, but they've saved me the possibility of doing that. So we're just going to play Simic Ascendancy and pass. Really wishing I'd have topped that land, because the Lizrog is not ideal. Yep, alright. Looks like we might be doing another 2-minute game. That's why they call me Tommy 2 Minutes. Self-deprecation is my middle name. Another improbable alliance. Okay. We drew a land. That would have been lovely if we had our incubation druid around. Alright, X2 please. Auto pay. It's a 2-3. It's not likely to die. We're going to double our counters. Sweet. Alright, that could make for a really nice great henge. That's the hope, at least. These guys, not really good against shock. I'll put it out there. I need a turn where there is no red mana open if we have any hope of making that work. Well, today's the day. Can we do it? The 1-1 beats begin. We have a 4-5 trampler though, so we can kind of keep up with it. We got a Zagana, which is not really a thing that I wanted, but it does draw us a card since we have the Hydra with... Oh, you've got an unsummon, haven't you? Don't have an unsummon. I would hate you. Okay. Biogenic upgrade. A little short on cash for that one. Why is mana our issue? I'm running 24 lands. It really shouldn't be an issue, but here we are, but yeah. It is what it is. We had our window for the Biogenic Ooze and we missed it. Yeah, I'm really being punished for bottoming that one land. It's crazy. You know what else is crazy? Our opponent's draws. They're pretty good. They are pretty good indeed. There we go. Alright, so what can we do with this? We can Great Henge and gain some life. It's really about it. It's probably going to get quenched. Anything we play is going to get quenched. I could take several counters off of the Voracious Hydra to put them on the Galloping Lizrog. That's probably not going to happen either. Yeah, I kind of think that we'd just go for the Great Henge and hope for the best. It's just going to get quenched. Or negated. One or the other. This is kind of a tempo deck from our opponent. Wow, that actually resolved. Okay. Was not anticipating that being a thing. Let's swing. Since we can't block, we're going to all attack. If they want to multi-block, that's good for us as well. So there are 8. We are gaining a virtual 2 off of the Great Henge just by tapping it. Thrill of Possibility gains 3 more tokens. So that's a lot of damage. All that burn probably coming at our face here. This is the closest we've come to winning. Yeah. Yeah. Swings. We tap to go to 12. We go to 1. Our opponent has to have 1 damage in hand. I don't believe they don't. Iron Crag, draw 1 card. We lose. No! Alright, 1 more game. I'm determined to win with this deck. It's actually hot garbage. Like, there are tire fires that could probably succeed much better in Magic the Gathering than this deck. But, yeah, we're doing it. 1 more game. Alright, we're in. We have 3 lands. A New Horizons, which is basically the 4th land. We got Yorvo, which could become Spark Double, Zagana, and that's it. Cool. Like it. Let's do this. It's also a nice little conduit for Galloping Lizrog as well. So let's do Temple. I'm going to take all the lands that I see, because honestly, I don't understand why I'm getting mana screwed with this deck, but I keep bottoming lands, hoping that... Oh, it's Cavalcade again, with Cavalcade being banned. Alright. Hoping that I have some faith in my deck, and that it has faith in me. That's not really worked out so far. I'd love a Forest off the top, so I can just play Yorvo. That would be great. Otherwise, it might just be New Horizons, I'm not sure. I definitely want Yorvo down before Lizrog. Goes without saying that that's definitely a thing I want to do. Alright. We mono red in, I guess. We draw an island, which means we can't Yorvo, so we have to New Horizons. We'll stick it on the island. Green is kind of the restrictive colour, so turning an island into a forest is basically what I want to do. So what we could do, this is actually a combo-ish hand right here that I don't know if our opponent can deal with it, unless they kill us really quickly, which is obviously a thing that can happen. But we can do Yorvo, which comes in as a 4/4, into Galloping Lizrog. Ooh, nice. There's 4 counters. Could turn this into a Zagana, but I don't like that idea. What I was thinking is we could do Yorvo into Galloping Lizrog, Neoform Yorvo into Spark Double, which comes in as a Galloping Lizrog, take the counters off of the Lizrog that already had the counters, and do really well. Our opponent is scaring me. So I'm gonna put one on Tin Street Dodger here, because I think they might have something like Rimrock Giant, so I don't really want to put First Strike into the mix, and I certainly don't want to do Robber of the Rich to allow Shock to help to kill my Yorvo. That would be less than ideal. Voracious Hydra is not too bad, actually. That's an X3, which we can do as a 3/4, which fights, I guess, Legion Warboss? Do I want to wait on that, or do I want to just get down Galloping Lizrog? It's currently worth 5 counters, so this is going to be 10 counters, 14 for Simic Ascendancy. Do I just lose next turn, though, if that happens? Yeah, I think I need to do something a little bit proactive. I need to do an X3 here and fight Legion Warboss. I need to keep the numbers down a little bit. So we're going to fight Legion Warboss. Keep those tokens from spreading out wide. And pass the turn. So now we got 16 counters on board right now, so Galloping Lizrog actually put Simic Ascendancy into victory position, so we're going to block with everything, because I don't want to die. Looks like our opponent doesn't have the ability to kill our stuff. Ugh. That's a 4. Please don't tell me you're running, like, Skewer the Critics and other nonsense such as that. Alright. Lizrog. So, let's put a counter on Yorvo. And let's do this right, shall we? So, I don't need to take all the counters off. And I don't want to expose my creatures to burn spells, which could clear the way, but I guess the burn spells are just going to go to my face anyway. So if I remove one counter here, 6 there, that's 12. That'll do, right? That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Boom. Got 15-15. We've got 21 counters on Simic Ascendancy. If we have 20 or more counters on our next turn, we win the game. So we have to not die here, which involves me mass blocking everything. We do have a Yorvo, which is definitely shockable. But our face is also shockable, so it really doesn't make too much of a difference here. Face is shockable. If they have any... Oh, if they have any kind of pump spell for Tin Street Dodger here, or Rimrock Knight. Oh, they have Embereth. No! Oh no, they can't do it. They can't do it. Because they need 1 to make it unblockable, and then they need another 3 to make Embereth do the job. They just need 1 point of damage from somewhere. I don't think they got it. Take a land from me, hoping that I have something. Come on. Alright, so... block. 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 We did it! Oh my goodness, we did it! Oh, against the mono red deck of all things as well. We've had a few slow decks, which is where I thought we would do very well, but the mono red one's the one where we take it, and on 2 life no less. Woo! Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this deck. I think it goes without saying today that we've had a lot of fun playing this, but I don't think we've had fun because the deck is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the deck screen and I'm going to go click on this Simic Ascendancy thing, and I'm going to give you guys a last look at the garbage that we've played today. It was fun garbage. It did some things. I did add Spark Double in, assuming that Neoform would actually count Spark Double's mana cost, which brings us into Lizrog and Biogenic Ooze territory. I was absolutely grossly incorrect about that. So that's one thing. We also learned how Galloping Lizrog manages counters, which we did wrong as well. But when we did it right, we eventually won the game, which is pretty cool. So we learned a lot about this deck. We also learned that it's garbage. So this is your last look at this deck as I go right here and click this delete button. Hope you guys had some fun with the standard Shakeup deck today. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys did too. I hope you guys had a happy new year, not too hungover. I've only had a beer so far. I'm unfortunately drinking alone today because party plans kind of fell a bit short, so I don't know. Pick it up maybe later in the week, but who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to have another beer. I'm going to enjoy my evening. It's been fun. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We got some new year plans coming forth as well, so look forward to a lot more content. I'm going to be trying to push out a video every single day, whether it's a deck of mine or not is to be determined. I don't know what kind of content it's going to look like as to whether it's probably going to be less standard and more brawl, if I had to guess. And it's going to be easier to do a lot of brawl stuff with the new Theros set coming out, which looks amazing. It looks so good. I'm just hoping that like War of the Spark doesn't ruin the fun of Theros. I really am. But I'm excited for the new set. Hopefully you guys are too. I'm excited for 2020. It's gonna be an interesting one. It can't possibly be worse, Magic the Gathering arena-wise, than it was this year. So let's do it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.